The gym, was there any conversation around that at all?
Nah, even if it was, I don't even speak on, what other people got going on,
During the week, Shaker Stevenson had Eddie Hearn, Terence Crawford, and Floyd Mayweather watching him spar. However, what he didn't expect was an argument breaking out between Mayweather and Crawford after the session. The two were ringside at the gym as Stevenson trained for his upcoming fight on February 22nd against Floyd Schofield. Speaking to Fight Hype, Shaker Stevenson reflected on the star-studded gathering in the gym, saying, "Man, I don't know how they all ended up there. I feel like I need an extra check for that. I'm always setting up these plays, but I don't always get the credit I deserve. Still, I put together a nice little play and had everyone pull up. I appreciate those guys for showing up and supporting me. I just try to take in all the knowledge and advice they share." Mayweather had previously attempted to sign Stevenson, but ultimately lost out to Eddie Hearn and Matchroom.
Hold me back! Hold me back! You'll fight, Eddie!
While Eddie Hearn and Floyd Mayweather were able to set aside their rivalry to joke and chat, things took a different turn between Mayweather and Terence Crawford. Their friendship soured, and despite initially appearing friendly at the gym, the two ended up in a brief argument after Crawford confidently stated he had no doubt he would defeat Mayweather. As for Shaker Stevenson, this year is shaping up to be a big one, but next month, he'll need to deliver an impressive performance.
I was talking about like my boxing. It wasn't nothing about no Kid Austin or the fight that I got coming up. It was more so just watch.
What initially brought them together was Shaker Stevenson's intense training methods. Many don't realize just how relentlessly he trains, but Eddie Hearn offered a glimpse into his mindset. Going without rest breaks and sacrificing sleep is simply part of a top-level championship boxer's life, something they'll all tell you.
Yeah, what was, so I mean, look, it ain't the first time you've been around Floyd. It ain't the first time you've been around any of those guys. But, that day, especially with you having this fight, and, a lot of people saying that maybe Kid Austin isn't ready for you. What kind of talk, what was the conversation like in the gym that day?
Nah, it just was talking about like my boxing. It wasn't nothing about no Kid Austin or.
Knowing when to fight, train, and rest is crucial, and Eddie Hearn shared his thoughts with IFL on what he witnessed from Shaker Stevenson in the gym this week. "What I love about being in environments like that is seeing the passion for the sport," Hearn said. Last night, Terence Crawford was watching Shaker spar. He went 14 rounds of 4 minutes each with just 30-second breaks. Terence and Floyd watched the entire session before heading to another ring to watch Ray Ford spar.
And went to another ring to watch Ray Ford spar.
Floyd and Terence both love boxing. They're passionate about the sport, enjoy watching young fighters, giving advice, and seeing talent emerge from their communities. It was a great atmosphere. Sparring 14 rounds of 4 minutes each with just 30-second breaks is no joke. It's brutal for whoever was on the receiving end against Stevenson. Last year, he suffered a badly busted hand that even landed him in a hospital bed. But this year is shaping up to be huge for him. He returns to the ring next month on February 22nd on what many consider one of the best boxing cards in history.
So if even pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh shit, okay, I'm just asking.
Terence Crawford confidently claimed he would have defeated Floyd Mayweather if they had ever fought while the undefeated legend was active. The switch hitter from Omaha, Nebraska is a 4-weight world champion with 31 stoppages to his name. Most recently, he captured the WBA super welterweight title with a decision win over Israel Madrimov, marking the 4th division in which he has claimed a championship. Crawford has also been undisputed in 2 divisions, one of only 3 men to achieve that in the 4-belt era. As he continues to solidify his legacy, fans are debating how he stacks up against the all-time greats, with one of the most intriguing fantasy matchups being against the last dominant American, Floyd Mayweather.
Terence didn't mention the fight, didn't say anything. You didn't talk to him about it. Floyd, not a peep.
Not a word.
Okay, sorry.
Floyd Mayweather famously retired undefeated in 2017, cementing himself as one of the most lucrative stars in boxing history. The defensive master defeated legends like Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, Shane Mosley, and Oscar de la Hoya. But if he and Terence Crawford had ever crossed paths, would Crawford have added his name to that list? When asked on the *$1 million worth of game * podcast how he would fare against Mayweather, Crawford didn't hesitate. *me versus anybody. His trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, shares the same belief, though he admits his bias. For one, Crawford is like my son, so I'm always going to back him. But Terence has that dog in him. He didn't get to where he is now overnight. It took years and years of hard work.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on.
If you put Terence Bud Crawford in the ring with a prime Floyd Mayweather, Mayweather would likely be the smarter fighter. But Crawford might have more dog in him. Whether he could break through Mayweather's legendary defense will always be a debate. A more realistic comparison right now is Mayweather's past fight with Canelo Alvarez when they faced off in September. However, Shaker Stevenson believes Crawford would not only beat Canelo but make it look easy. The WBC lightweight champion has long claimed that Crawford would defeat Alvarez, standing by his prediction for years.
Rumors of Canelo and obviously your good friend, mentor, Terence Crawford. A lot of people a few years ago would have said that's crazy, but I think everybody, when they see the talent of Terence Crawford, forgetting
Terence Crawford, the WBA light middleweight champion at 154 ounces, has vowed to put on 14 pounds to compete in a highly anticipated bout, one that could be the biggest payday of his career. When asked if he believes Crawford will win, Shaker Stevenson didn't hesitate. I've been saying this for years now. I was probably the first one to say it, even before Terence did. I've always believed Crawford's style is perfect against Canelo. I think he beats him. Stevenson told Talk Sport Boxing *. While Stevenson makes it sound like Crawford would stand toe-to-toe and trade shots with Canelo, that scenario seems unlikely given Crawford's typical strategy against powerful punchers. Terence Crawford is known for relying on movement, using his jab and quick footwork to land shots before swiftly repositioning. He doesn't stay stationary or engage in constant attacks. His aggressive performance against Errol Spence was an exception, largely because Spence wasn't at his best after his car accident. As Chris Mannix discussed on his YouTube channel, you have to be very careful when moving up to fight above 160 ounces. It's a new weight class. It seems unlikely that Crawford will risk a tune-up fight against a super middleweight before facing Canelo Alvarez in September.
he's a special fighter, pound for pound. I think many will say #1 in the world, alongside the likes of people like yourself and that great list that we've got at the minute.
If Crawford competes in the middleweight division, it would likely be at a catchweight, potentially around 163 or 164 ounces, against a middleweight moving up. Possible opponents could include Aaron McKenna, Liam Smith, Austin Williams, or Chiron Davis, fighters who pose minimal threat to Crawford and are ranked lower in the division. Another ongoing debate in boxing is the greatest of all-time discussion. Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. are two boxing legends who have left a lasting legacy on the sport. Both are widely considered the best pound-for-pound fighters of their respective eras, sparking endless debates about who truly deserves the title of GOAT.
Yes, honestly, if anybody could jump up in weight classes and do it, it's Terence Crawford. I don't know nobody.
Mayweather, with his perfect 50-0 record, is widely regarded as the greatest pound-for-pound boxer in history. His impenetrable defense and ability to control the pace of a fight made him a unique spectacle. Additionally, his career was marked by extraordinary commercial success, with 4 of the 5 highest-grossing pay-per-view events in boxing history. However, Roy Jones Jr., an undisputed champion across 4 weight classes, holds a different view. When asked in an interview with Real Life Productions if he considers Mayweather the GOAT, Jones Jr. gave a simple but emphatic response: no. Slick yet punishing, Jones was the first man in over a century to win a middleweight world title and then do the same at heavyweight. He dominated 4 divisions throughout his career, defeating legends like James Toney, Bernard Hopkins, and Antonio Tarver, all while showcasing his endlessly entertaining style.
50-0, or is it like? You gotta respect anything a person does if they're undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50 know that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah.
Mayweather famously retired with a perfect 50-0 record, holding titles in 5 divisions and showcasing a defense widely regarded as the best in the business. He was also one of the most lucrative stars boxing has ever seen, claiming 4 of the 5 highest-grossing pay-per-view events. In an interview with Real Life Productions, Roy Jones Jr. was asked if Mayweather's undefeated record made him the greatest of all time. Jones Jr. quickly disagreed. Asterisk no. Asterisk he said, explaining that there were more impressive careers. Asterisk, you have to respect what a person does to stay undefeated that long. I respect it to a degree, but does 50-0 make him the greatest fighter of all time? Nah. Julio Cesar Chavez went 80-0 at one point. 80-0. Are you ever going to top that? No. Floyd hit 50-0 and stopped because of Rocky Marciano. If Marciano hadn't died, Floyd probably would have kept going.
If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So that's, and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect it? You feel me? So, I mean, I love Floyd, don't get it wrong, I'm not hating on Floyd, but come on, bro, you fight a guy that's 0-0, Conor McGregor was 0-0, and they let you do that?